Hello, everybody. Welcome back for another edition of The Real Reason. You got good old score with you. Everybody got your cup of reason, I hope. I got mine. As always, can't live without the stuff. And we're going to have a fun time tonight, I think, because my very good friend, who I have had on another show previously, she's back with us tonight. Southern Hemisphere Globehead, guys. Say hello.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, so how are you doing, dear?
I am very well. How are you doing?
I'm doing really good. I've been looking forward to this. Should be a fun show. So
I hope so.
yeah. Oh, I know it will be. I know it will be. And for everybody in the chat, don't forget if you got questions you want to ask, you want to get to know a little bit more about our special guest, just tag me in the chat and I'll make sure we ask her. Okay. So let's do a little bit of housekeeping. See who we've got in the house. Let's see. Well, we've got Sable Eagle. Hey, Sable Eagle, good to see you, buddy. Nimrod had to go because he's getting his jab today. Good on you. Good on you. Maybe he'll drop in again later. We've got Eddie Little Rage. Hey, Eddie, how you doing? Always good to see you, dear. Chris Durham, Music Channel. Hey, Chris, always good to see you, my friend. Man, have you guys been following his channel? Have you been following his channel, Southern?
Yes, I take a look every now and again. Actually,
Yeah.
quite talented. He should be making piles of money, but
I know.
Yeah.
Such a talented guy. Man, such good stuff. So if you guys aren't
just
following
on the
his
fly
channel,
too.
yeah, man,
Yeah,
you gotta
yeah.
follow that. Great music. Tusk, hello, mate. Good news, although you already know that video you've been waiting on for so long is going to be premiering tomorrow after the flip side. So yeah, I think you're going to like it. I hope. I'll say this though, cooking videos are tough. it's not as easy as making a flurf video. You know, a lot of work. It is though. Really, I'm telling you, Sugar, it's a lot of work. A lot of work.
I
But yeah,
know. I cook every day.
you see, I wish I could, but my partner won't let me. She's a better cook, and she always rousts me out of the kitchen. She says, let me do."
No, crazy enough, I will let my hubby cook. The moment he says he wants to cook, I'm out of the kitchen. You don't
Ah,
even know that I was in the kitchen.
awesome. That's great. That's awesome. That's really cool. I can cook, but I haven't done it in so long. I'm probably pretty rusty right now. But I wouldn't mind giving
Ah,
it a try. So, yeah, Carl Edwards. Hello, Carl. Good to see you, my friend. Always. Uh, he's such a dedicated follower. He's here every week. Carl, I can't thank you enough for that. Who else have we got with us here today? Let's see. We have looks like Doomver, the Northern Aggressor. Hello, sir. I don't believe I've seen you in my chat before. If I haven't, I apologize. But hey, welcome. Great to have you here. Hope you enjoy the show tonight. And let's see. Let's see. 9 o'clock hero. Hello, 9 o'clock hero. Good to see you, my friend Thomas Collier. Hello, Thomas. Welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy the show. It's really a very kind of lighthearted thing. We just chit chat with my guest and throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks, and that's what we talk about. So it's kind of just a fun chit chat. Let's see. Who else have we got with us? Teddy boy. Good to see you, matey. One of my best friends on YouTube. I swear to God, we've been together on the tube for a while, and it's really good to have him back around. Always good to see you, Teddy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sir Little Wolf. Ow! Hello, sir. Nice to see you. And okay, so yeah, so our special guest, Southern Hemisphere Globehead. I'm going to call you Sugar from the rest of the night because it's easier. How do you
I
feel?
like it.
You like it?
I
I think
like it.
it kind of suits you, doesn't it?
I don't know. I
I
just like it because, Southern Hemisphere globehead is so long. I
It
know.
is. It
But before
is.
I carry on,
Yeah.
now we are live on the internet, and I'm going to take this opportunity to say to Carl Edwards, you are an amazing person. You have changed my life. I really appreciate everything you've done for me, Carl.
Carl rocks. Carl just rocks. Thank you so much, Carl, on Sugar's behalf. It's just great to have people like you in the community. It's you rock. You really do. But yeah, so I guess we might as well start with just kind of checking in with Sugar and see what she's been up to lately. So go ahead, Sugar. The floor is yours.
Where do I start? In November, in November, I celebrated doing research for 3 years. And, I look at the other fluffs saying, I've been doing this for 3 years, I've been doing this for 5 years, and the earth is flat. And I don't see it. I don't see any of the things that, they try to propose.
Mm.
And okay, 3 years is not like enough time to gauge, what the planet is actually doing. I think I'm going to need more time. But now I just got over Venus being the evening star. I'm
Mhm.
dealing with the clouds. I've missed the new moon of January. And
Oh.
I was a little bit heartbroken this January. The
Mm.
weather was really not cooperating. And I
Mhm.
wanted to like half-mindedly make a video blaming the flat earthers, causing a conspiracy with their sun simulator blocker and things like yeah, because their ideas So yeah, that's what I'm up to. I've got my like when the show will finish at 6 p.m. my time, I will go out and film the evening sky. The sun is already dropping in altitude as it's, heading north again, northwards. And
Awesome.
that's what I do with my time. Yeah. And get all the data for the photos and the videos, the exact, I've set up my location, my exact GPS, and
Awesome.
I work consistently off of that GPS. So the numbers don't deviate and all of that. All of this was a learning curve for me. I didn't know any of this when I started.
Yeah. I think it's a lot like that for a lot of us. I mean, a lot of the stuff that you're doing, I'll be honest, it's beyond me. I mean, I would have to take some serious time to study before I could catch up, you know. But a lot of the things I think that the flirts are saying, it's just so blatantly obvious how wrong they are. Don't you think?
Um, I what I'm doing now is I'm concentrating on sunbeams from below the horizon.
Ah, okay.
Um, yes. How is that possible on a flat Earth if the sun isn't supposed to set?
Yeah.
Or where does the sun go and how does it get back? No,
Yeah.
it goes away. But no flat earther is yet to tell me how the sun comes back.
Yeah.
One flat earther tried to tell me that the sun spirals up and down, but I don't see any indication of spiraling up and down. I see rising from the one horizon and going down below the other horizon. That's what I see. So it's either the sun is going around the earth
Yeah.
or the earth is going around the sun, as it's turning on its own axis.
Yeah.
And yeah, the latter sounds more plausible from the observations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
Yeah,
that
I've
was
done
cool.
Mercury, I've done Jupiter, Venus. I love Mercury. Like every 3 months, I'll find it in my evening sky. It's just amazing, like clockwork.
Yeah. Awesome. But it's fun doing that stuff just to learn new things, you know? And at the same time you get to poke flirts with it.
Yes, yes. Look, ultimately, I mean, originally, I just thought, oh, you think that that is happening, but what about this? How do you explain this? And, as I went on, I started learning, actual learning, not
Mm-hmm.
just looking at one photo and saying, oh, this proves the flat earth. I started learning. I know what the hell, well, I have a vague, basic understanding of thermodynamics. Damn it. It's
Mm.
not something I need to know.
Yeah.
It's not something I need to know for my life. It's definitely not something I need to know.
Not
Uh,
unless
but
you're
I,
actually not unless you're actually involved in the science that needs it. You know?
yes, like you don't need to know how much energy there isn't available to do work. And then they say there's entropy. Like, okay, or what is the other one? Gravity doesn't exist.
Oh God.
Uh, yeah, like how do you explain then the vector,
Yeah.
the direction?
They can't.
What is causing it to go down? And I learned that gravity is acting on all bodies in all directions. The
Hmm.
only reason that we go to towards the earth is because the earth is so massive.
Exactly. Exactly right. It's like that stupid experiment that a couple of years ago that Daniel Pratt did with the water tube on the barbecue. I mean, oh,
Yes.
how feeble minded can you be? I mean, do you honestly think that a barbecue is going to overpower 50 trillion metric tons of earth beneath it?
Yes.
Can it
Uh,
happen?
the latest one is, oh, you think the ground is moving beneath your feet?
Oh, I know.
Yes, the
And you're
ground
moving
is
with it.
moving, but it's not moving beneath my feet. I am moving with the ground.
There
Thank
you
you.
go. They just can't get their head around that simple concept. Anyways, I do have a question for you. I've been asked to
Yay!
ask you, how much fun are you having with Ross?
Oh, yes, I love Ross. Ross lives in his own little spiral up sun, spiral down. Sorry. I'm sorry. He called me. He told me that I'm intellectually dishonest.
Oh,
He
really?
told me that I have lost. I have lost my yearning to learn. Before I got to preschool, um, I don't have any desire to attain knowledge, and yeah, he insulted me quite a bit.
Hmm. And that coming from a man who thinks the moon was placed in orbit to mock us.
Yeah, what I heard him explaining once something about its molten glass. The
Yeah,
moon is like
yeah,
molten glass.
yeah. It's
No,
like a
he's got some crazy. If anybody wants to read his crazy ideas, they can go to. I did address a video to him um, because he asked me for the summer solstice. I did not use a solar filter, so I don't have a solar filter. Obviously, I use a Jippo solar filter, which
Mhm.
is two welding glasses. You know the So that's what I use to block out the glare of the sun. And I didn't use one for the summer solstice. So he asked me, where is it?
Mhm.
Like, as if that would help him. Me using a solar filter does not help his case at all. Yeah, like so
Oh,
the
that's funny.
immediately the next day, yeah, so immediately the next day I, got my Jippo out and I put it in front of my camera and I said, well, flat earth Aussie Jesus, here's my
Mm.
solar folder.
Oh, God. That guy is
Yeah.
absolutely out to lunch. He has dropped the biscuit in the snow. Unbelievable.
Yes, yes, yes. And now it's avalanching down the mountains.
Oh, geez.
Him and the biscuits are rolling down the. Oh, but gravity doesn't exist. So.
There you go. And Rob Bart says, "How are how are folks on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening?" Hello, Rob. We are doing great, and I'm so glad to see you here. Welcome. Good to see you, buddy. Uh,
Hello, I'm Grand. The Southern Hemisphere, right here.
absolutely, absolutely. Southern
And
Hemisphere. We're just calling
yes,
it sugar.
that was one of the things, hey, that got me about flat earthers is that they say the Southern Hemisphere does not exist as
Mm.
it does.
Uh-huh.
So, and I don't think about these things. I listen to other people's arguments, and okay, that argument makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
If you take the Earth and put it on a flat, like a piece of paper or something, and you
Mm-hmm.
draw um, the tropics. So the Tropic of Cancer is a certain distance. Then
Mm-hmm.
you've got the equator, which is, it's set a certain distance in reality, in real life. These what do they call them? I don't know what the hell they call, like the solstice and equinox
Oh yeah.
lines across the earth, right?
Yeah.
They are a certain distance and they are like that set distance.
Mm-hmm.
But when you come to the Tropic of Capricorn, it's like almost double or 2.5 times the size of the Tropic of Cancer, but in real life, they basically the same distance.
Mm-hmm. There, that's exactly it. Everything past the equator is just completely and utterly out of whack. And it's so easy to tell, you know?
And Australia gets it every time. Hey, it's like an elongated Australia.
I know.
A
It's
shame. I feel
hilarious.
bad for them.
It's hilarious. And then they glom on to the stupid idea that the nonstop flights from Santiago to Sydney are like jet streams that are pushing the aircraft at twice the speed of sound, or some stupid thing like that. Uh, it just
Yeah, but
come
they
on.
don't tell us. They also refute. They try to deny the flights from Australia to South Africa,
Mm,
and we have uh, a lot of flights from.
yeah,
Okay, now I'm not so sure because of the COVID and everything,
yeah.
but previously there were flights every day,
Hmm.
Joburg to where was it? Brisbane, or yeah, somewhere like that. You were able to book a direct flight because Australians and South Africans have a little bit of a kin,
Yeah.
for some reason.
Hmm.
And South Africans love moving over there and stuff. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just being the proximity of your two countries. And the same is true of New Zealand, you know. Um, but I don't get them. I just don't understand how people can be so willfully ignorant and then go out there and publicly do, like, just in public, show their ignorance and try and shove it down people's throats. I mean, oh,
I try to stay out of trouble. I
yeah,
avoid, I try to avoid trouble at all costs. So even if I'm walking down the street and I see somebody, appearing as if they're walking in my own line, but towards me, I will get
mhm,
out of the way. I
yeah.
will get out of the way. You have that lane. It's fine. I'll find my
Th-
own lane. I don't. Yeah.
Thank
Um.
goodness we don't have them here in Vietnam. I swear to God. Oh,
The traffic here is, I must say, it was very quiet today. Maybe because it's middle January.
mm-hmm.
I was very surprised how quiet. Usually it's very busy on a Saturday.
Hmm.
But yeah, I was able to get home. I was home before 2:30.
Wow.
Usually yeah, like an hour earlier. So I take three taxis. I take the public transport to go visit my kids.
Mm.
So it takes me an hour and a half to get to them, and they're
Mhm.
only 60 kilometers away.
Okay. Well,
Did you hear? Okay, no, sorry.
maybe there's something special going on in town that you didn't know about.
Yeah, I don't go to town. I bypass town. I live in the middle of nowhere. So, and I'm about 100 and no, I'm about 150 meters, I think, from the road. So I'm a little bit in the property. So I just peep out my door and I see the cars way down there. And yeah, no, I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Hmm. Sir Little Wolf, yes, that you heard right. Daniel Pratt did an experiment on his channel. I think it was a year and a half ago, where he actually
Bathtub.
filled a plastic tube with water, held it up to show that it was level, and then he bent it around the top of a barbecue, and the water ran
Oh.
down to the sides.
Oh, I thought you
And
were
he,
talking about the bathtub where he filled the bathtub and
well,
he
that's
said,
another.
"Oh, the moon is not shifting the water. There's no
Yeah,
tides in his bath."
that one, that's just as stupid. But with the water tube, the water ran down to the two ends of the tube, but he was expecting it to stay level or the same depth throughout the arc. The dumb shit didn't even realize that the earth is what's pulling it down. His barbecue ain't gonna stop that, you know? Freaking moron. Yeah.
Wow. He's been
Yeah.
quite quiet for quite some time.
I think he's probably in a lot of hot water. You know, he's had his channel taken down a couple of times. He keeps coming back like a cockroach, you know?
Well, what I don't understand is, yeah, okay, you've been doing this for 3, 4, 5, 7 years, right? So you go back and you look at people like Red's Rhetoric. They were debunking this, like doing those things back in the day. I found videos from Mortimer 81.
Oh,
from like 7 years ago.
yeah.
And yeah, like debunking flat earth, like it's not a debunk. It's, hey, you don't understand science.
Yeah.
Now, tell me how you don't understand science without telling me how you don't understand science.
Yeah.
That's it.
I like Mortimer 81. He's one of the
Oh
original
yeah.
debunkers. He's fantastic. He's back now, eh? He's starting
Yes,
to
yes,
put
I
out
saw that.
content again. It's great. I love that guy. He's so
I
good.
have a very small, although I'm subscribed to a lot of channels, I have a very small base that I watch. Whenever they put out a video, I will watch it. You, Vice Rhino, Logic, and Sir Sick.
Yeah. I've
All right.
stopped doing flat earth though.
Yes, you did say so, and I do understand why. But now I think I'm too deep in.
Okay. Well,
As I said, I've gone past the flat earth, and now I'm doing the observations for the stats.
there you go. Now you're doing some worthwhile stuff for you. That's awesome. And I love
And
to see what you're doing. It's really great. I
um,
just want to take a minute and say hello to Archangelus Lune. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, sir. Good to see you. And Blue Feather. Blue Feather, you are awesome. Always good to see you. He says, I learned string theory and quantum mechanics enough to vaguely explain it. Wow, I'm
that's
impressed.
awesome.
I can barely even pronounce it. Beyond me. So,
Yeah,
anyways, go
try
ahead.
saying second law of thermodynamics 3 times after smoking a joint.
I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna try.
Me neither. Just take another drag of the joint
Yeah.
rather than trying that. Like,
Yeah.
there are so many, like Newton's laws of motion. Rachel couldn't understand. She tried to use Newton's laws of motion against Newton's laws of motion.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
I don't know. I don't know. Although Professor Phil Bell has been giving her a pretty good spanking lately.
Is she doing it on purpose?
Yeah. Well, I think she's a poe, to be honest with you. I think
Yeah,
I don't think she really believes a lot of the stuff that she's feeding.
I don't
She
know
seems
if
too
I'm
smart
supposed
for
to
that.
say this. Yeah, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but I don't like premeditated, controlled opposition.
Yeah.
It really bugs me. It's like putting in a spy, in your enemy territory or something like that.
Yeah.
If you really believe or think this stuff is the way you think it is, just go out there and talk to people about it. But lying, already we got to deal with so much stuff in this life. And just having a person just lie to us for the sake of, playing the opposition, I don't like it, and I don't want to entertain it. If you really believe that the earth is flat, I'm willing to discuss it with you.
Yeah. If you're willing to be serious and listen to my side of it and actually consider what's being said. Sir Little Wolf says Rachie is a very special kind of person. She's
Yeah,
a very special
I
kind of
don't
special.
like. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I can't tell because, it's.
Yeah. Well, it seems to me like Rachie lately has been coming off like nothing more than a female mouthpiece for Riley.
Yes, exactly. I mean, what the hell is relative density in comparison to what? Okay, before we go to relative density, 8 inches per mile squared. That's it. Every other equation or, sum or whatever it is has a component and, or should I say like a number with one of those signs or symbols like plus, minus, divide, multiply, or whatever it is. It's a sum, right? This is just 8 inches per mile squared. That's it. And
That's
they expect to get an understanding from that.
And they don't even realize when they use it that 8 inches per mile squared doesn't even equate to a globe. It's a damn
Yeah.
parabola. I mean, come on.
And
Dirt.
people have been telling them that for like 4 years now that I've
Exactly.
been listening to, you know.
And they still don't get it. They still don't want to accept it. Chris says Rachie has a PhD in Dunning-Kruger or DERP, one or the other. I agree. Chris.
I think it's dirt.
Yeah.
Because I learned something about Dunning-Kruger. Apparently, it is not the way we are trying to explain it. What happens is it's a test, right? And in the test, they will ask you, how do you think you did? And if you are a better student, you will give yourself a poor score. And if you're a poor student, you'll give yourself a better score. That's where that Dunning-Kruger thing comes from. And then now we just take it, you know, and we use it for this explanation of this guy doesn't know a damn thing, but he thinks he knows the whole entire encyclopedia.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the confidence is astronomical, yet the knowledge behind it is non-existent.
And I always like make myself angry because, you know, when you are trying to go through the arguments in, you know, like you say, step one, this, that. And then finally I come to say, like, you know, you end up with a dichotomy or a trichotomy or a whatever quad is called. And, you know, and then you say, ah, man, I don't know. Just leave me alone.
Rob Park says, Rachie is definitely Sleepy's disciple. Now she is on the astronomy, is not a science train. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's getting onto that train right now. Astronomy is not a science. Give me a break.
No, I think she's confusing astronomy with astrology.
I think you're right. And
that's the only way one can say astronomy is not a science.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
Clive Wells says that Rachie is an expert in the self-debunk.
Yes.
Yeah. Peter Null, I think he's talking about 8 inches per mile squared here. That's all the maths they can handle. Yeah.
No equals, right. No plus, no nothing.
I think you're right. I think you are right, my friend. Let's see. Nothing else in okay. Sir Little Wolf says, I believe in astrology, but I don't shove it on people. Well, thanks for that.
I mean,
there's nothing wrong with it if it's something that you think is viable. But that's cool. That's cool.
I am tending towards not using the word believe. I'm trying to remove it. Like if I have to use the word beliefs, and in that regard use the word belief, you know, in that context, I will do it. But if you ask me, do you believe in the Big Bang, or do you believe something came from nothing, or you know, whatever it is, no, I don't believe those things. So I'm trying to take that, you know, that context out of my vocab. Yeah.
But you have how can I say, you don't believe it, but you have a great degree of confidence in the science that says it's so.
Yes.
That's the way I would put it.
Yes. You know? And Google Scholar is a fantastic resource. I only discovered it recently, and it's just got like millions and millions and millions and millions of peer-reviewed published research papers on almost any topic you want to think about, or, you know, like you want to know something. Google Scholar. Because somebody out there was thinking about it and asked a couple of questions and, you know, did some research. Well, some.
Tusk makes a good point. He says you can't control the planets, ergo, it's not a science. I'm sure
Yes.
that's what they think. I'm sure that's what they think. Dumb arses. Really.
Yeah.
Clive Wells, my sign is no parking. Oh, I like it. That's funny. That's funny. I like it.
Hilarious. Wonderful.
Yeah, Carl Edwards, he's got it right. There is a preponderance of facts.
Yes. And when we, like, for example, the scientists, the researchers are always worried about, do they get the speed of light wrong? And they are constantly testing for the speed of light. And no matter how they measure it, in whatever direction, angle, whatever, that's how the speed of light moves.
No way around it.
Yeah. That's just like, I'm trying to learn about how we see like a mole. It's moles of like H2O, I don't know, moles of water, or moles of oxygen, or I'm trying to learn, those intricate measurements that they use for like these elements and how we know what we know. The decay rates of the nuclear decay rates are constant. They've tried to bombard it with all sorts of things and it does not change. So, it's like one thing we can rely on. So it's all these things don't really matter in my real life.
Exactly.
It's like I still have to wash the dishes and make supper and, make sure my son takes his medication and then still I got to learn about these things.
Exactly.
The
Clive,
perfect life.
or sorry, Carl's has replied to Clive Wells. He says his sign is out to lunch. Cool,
I can tell you now, Carl is lying. Carl works his fingers to the bone. I don't even think that oak knows how to breathe. That's how hard he works.
Yeah,
and still he's here supporting us.
Cool. Hey, hello, Crafty. What's up? My wonderful co-host on the flip side. Good to see you here, Crafty. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Awesome.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Oh,
Sorry,
man,
I was a
that's
receptionist. Awesome. I was a receptionist for like 10 years.
Oh.
So you know.
I think she's triggered Clive. Watch out, guys. Craftychenko is watching us. I think the rest of the message deleted by Craftychenko. Oh, man.
I'm not afraid.
Oh, I'm not afraid either. I'm not afraid either. No.
Yeah, internet land cannot hurt me.
Dark Steve. Hello, welcome. Who else have we got? Some new around. Slim Living Cyborg. Good to see you, buddy. How are you?
Hello.
Yeah, you popped in last week. Good, glad you can make it again. I'll be in touch with you shortly, Slim, and we're going to work on getting you onto the stream. I'll send you a DM, or you send me a DM, and we'll
that
set
guy is
something
knowledgeable. Up. You must get him on.
Absolutely.
I can listen to him talk about his expertise for hours and hours.
Crafty says it's been a full and busy week. I can relate, Crafty. We just came to the end of test week, end of semester tests, and I've got to do reports for like 400 students.
End of term test. I'm sorry, what?
End of semester.
Because in my country, school just started.
Oh, okay. Well, you must be on a different system then.
You think?
Yeah, you gotta be.
Yeah, we are common sense people, right? We start at the beginning of the year and then we end at the end of the year. Can you believe it?
Wow. Isn't that something?
Wow. Yes.
Oh, amazing. Just get your head around that. Get your head around that.
I'm sorry.
Let's see. Carl Edwards says, respect. Educators need to be commended and respected. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. A lot of people don't realize
Absolutely
how much the
agree.
job actually goes home with you. My day doesn't end at 3:30 at the end of classes like everybody seems to like to think. Mm-mm.
No, teachers work way beyond. And
Oh,
just
yeah.
to say, in internet land, congratulations to Shanae now. She
Oh,
was the top student in South Africa. The
awesome.
whole entire South Africa. Yes, she
Well
was the top
done.
student.
Well done. Congratulations. That is really good to hear. You know,
And we got COVID last year was very tough on the kids, hey?
mhm.
Anyway, any education system, everything was tough.
Yeah,
And we got a 76% pass rate,
that's really
which
good.
I think it's excellent.
Yeah,
Anything above 60 would have been acceptable because of the extenuating circumstances that these kids
yeah,
had to study under.
yeah. A lot of restricted class hours. Uh, not as much classroom time as they should have been getting, and you know, a trimmed down curriculum for a lot of them. Just to be able to get it done. Like here in Vietnam, so far, we've been doing all of our classes online. We still don't know when the kids are going back to the actual classrooms. Uh, it's looking like it might happen after the Tet holiday, but we still don't know for sure. And yet they're doing okay. Kids are doing
Yeah,
okay.
my
They're coping.
in my son's primary school, they go one day, they stay at home one day. So they, on, off, on, off.
Hmm.
But my daughter's gone to high school now, and they are going to school every day.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, the high school students here, some of them are back in the classroom, others are still online. So
look,
it's
in this age, steaming, I think we should be grateful that the technology has brought us here
yeah,
where kids can have that option,
yeah.
to study online. Even here in South Africa, we did, you know, they
Although
did do that.
although I have to say that I do question the efficacy of online classrooms, online teaching. Um,
I agree with you because
it-
I don't see me homeschooling my youngest son either. Me and
yeah.
him, he will never do one class if he's with me. I would
Mhm.
rather him go to school, have the social aspect, have the
Yeah,
educational aspect.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
the
won't
only
achieve anything.
the only students here that are back in the actual schools in the classrooms are the high school seniors because they got to get ready for their university entrance exams. So
Oh,
yeah,
sorry. How do your school calendar work?
we start usually the end of August. Then we go through to Christmas, get a couple of days off, and then we end our semester in January, just before the TED holiday, and then the semester continues after the holiday through to uh, either late May or early June, depends on the school.
Then you get summer holidays for you
Well,
guys.
the kids do. The kids do. The
Yeah.
teachers, well, we're kind of preparing for the upcoming new school year in the office during the summer, and we
Yeah.
take holidays during that time as well if we have any booked up. So, but TET's
Yeah.
coming soon. 2 weeks, woohoo! Next week and then the week after, and it's TET holiday, so I got at least a week worth of off time. So I'm going to catch up on a few things then. So I'm looking forward to that. And I've made a promise that I'm going to try and get some footage of the flower displays in the center of the city, which are beautiful. Oh man,
That would be
gorgeous.
awesome.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to get some good footage and put together a video for y'all and get
For
that
y'all.
out during my week's holiday. Hopefully, if I
For
can.
all y'all.
Yeah. 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 Been watching too much Johnny O.
Yeah.
Oh man. Let's see. I think I missed a few people that have entered. Let's see. No, I guess I got everybody. Yeah. So Crafty's returning to lurking. Okay, Crafty, you go ahead. You continue your lurking. I hope you enjoy the rest of the show as you lurk. Everybody in the chat, do you guys have any questions or anything you'd like to ask Sugar while we've got her here in captivity? See what we can get out of her.
Also, I'm quite surprised because my network is holding up.
Cool. That's
I
awesome.
usually have very bad network.
Yeah.
About 5 minutes before I saw your message, I had no network.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised. So if I just drop off, just know that it's not me, it's the network.
Awesome. I will certainly keep that in mind. Tusk says, I made a math joke on a frequency so high that only bats and Uber nerds will get it. Oh, and Carl Edwards. Oh my God. Is he Batman? Good question. Carl, are you Batman? Oh man, that's awesome. Crafty asks, how are the blackouts going in South Africa? Is it any better?
They aren't blackouts. They are called load shedding, where
Mhm.
they purposefully put the electricity off. And we haven't had that for about a month.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, people, a lot of businesses, the electricity goes off in the night. No
Mhm.
one is there to monitor the fridges in the shops. You come to the shop the next morning, all your stock has defrosted, a
Mhm.
lot of loss. We've suffered a lot of loss,
Yeah,
but they
that
haven't done
would.
it to us in a month.
Hmm. Well,
But we have a
hopefully.
natural phenomenon called lightning. So when they don't put the electricity off, the lightning does it for us.
Okay. So they got a backup.
Yes. And I'm in the mountains. So, the lightning strikes the tallest thing around first, according to law.
Crafty
So,
says. Crafty says that's a relief that it's eased off. She would like to do an Ion Society on it. That sounds like a really good idea. I'd love to see that, Crafty. I really, really would.
does she want
And
to speak to me, or would she like to?
well,
Does she want to speak to me?
well, just you can tell her she's listening in.
I don't know if she wants to talk with me. I wouldn't mind.
Excellent. There you go,
She
Crafty.
can she can contact me on Discord. I think that would be the easiest way, if you can just share my link with her if you know how.
I
And
certainly
then
will. I'll make sure she gets it.
she can get a hold of me. I don't mind. I love talking about South Africa and how I feel about things in my
Cool.
country.
Cool. Well, there you go. Carl Edwards says, tell Southern Hemisphere Globehead Sugar that I have
Yes.
had two in the last week, but it was storm related.
Yeah, that's why that's what I was saying. The last one we had was about last week, and it knocked out the electricity for about 8 hours.
Okay.
But we are very
Crafty,
fortunate. Sorry.
cool. That's okay. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying we are very fortunate because there's a generator on this property. So
Ah,
if it happens, during business hours, I'm not short of electricity.
that's good. That's good to know. Crafty has put out a call to anybody who wants to give her some information. Just contact Crafty. Uh, go to her Discord if you're on it. Let me see if I can. Crafty, why don't you go ahead and put a link to your Discord in the chat for those who don't have it, and then anybody who's got information on what's going on in South Africa, just send that off to Crafty. I think it's a great idea to do an Ion Society on that. I really do. So,
And
Miss
from a
Tina,
perspective, hello. From the perspective of a South African on the ground, also, not like just from the news reports and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mystique says, fun fact, I was made in South Africa, born in Wales.
Yay!
But ignore me, I'm not here. There you go. You've got another South African to buddy up with.
Cool. I love it. I get goosebumps when I think about my fellow countrymen out there doing things, or like
Sorry. Rob Parks says to Crafty Keela, South Africa is the southernmost country in Africa. I have loads more insightful information. Oh my God. All right, guys. Crafty has put a link to her Discord in the chat. So if you've got information you want to share with her about South Africa, head on over there and just hand it off to her. All the help would be appreciated. I sure would look forward to that Ion Society. Absolutely. Thanks, Crafty.
Actually, the person who said that, South Africa is the country on the southernmost, the southernmost part of Africa.
That was Rob Parks.
It's not like a given. There are many people who assume that Africa is the country.
Yes. Yes, I agree. There's a difference between country and continent, people.
Yes. Like some people will, talk about the things going on in Northern Africa and equate it to South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that. I've heard it for myself, but we are a country. We are actually the Republic of South Africa.
Tina Jones, Mystique, says Newcastle, Johannesburg area.
I'm in Pretoria.
She's in Pretoria. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with the different parts of South Africa. But yeah, there you go. I'm learning.
Yeah, Cape Town. Cape Town is probably like the most famous, city of South Africa.
There's a couple of teachers in my company from South Africa. I think one of them's from Johannesburg. I think a couple others are from Cape Town. I can't remember.
Yeah, Cape Town because of the Table Mountain. Also, the two oceans meet somewhere around there, the Atlantic and the Indian.
Carl Edwards says that's where Mystique Tina Jones was manufactured.
I know Newcastle, though. I know where it is.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's in my birth province. So where I live now is not where I was born. I was born on the Natal North Coast. And I've been living up here for about 22 years now.
Wow, that's a long time. Rob Park says, I blame the Aussies for the country-continent confusions. Good point.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Good point.
Because you can't blame Antarctica.
Hello, welcome back. Anyway,
hello.
What was that? Go ahead, Sugar. What was that?
Why don't we don't say Antarctica because there's not like really a population there.
Okay. Sable Eagle says Cape Town, Joburg, Durban.
Yes, Durban.
Okay. I'm starting to learn a little bit more about where you're from.
Yeah, I was born about 40 kilometers north of Durban. in the
Mm.
midst of the sugarcane plantations.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
So if I was going to take a holiday to South Africa, where would you say I should go? What are the places I should be visiting?
Okay. Depends on what you want to do. If you want to see the animals in the wild, you'll go to the Kruger National Park. If
Mm-hmm.
you want to go have a coastal experience, you'll go to like Margate or Port Shepstone or Shelley Beach. If you want the cultural experience, you can go to Cape Town
Mm-hmm.
or the middle of Johannesburg.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to watch theater, you can go to Cape Town or Johannesburg.
Mm-hmm.
Like it depends what you want to do. If you want to come to gamble, there's Sun City, there's the
Mm-hmm.
Wild Coast. Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. I think it's mostly I'd like to see historical sites, and I'd really like to try a real honest to God safari.
Safari, you need to go to the Kruger,
Mm-hmm.
and there you'll see lions, cheetah. In fact, we have there's a reserve right behind where I live, where they've got the big five and like hyenas and rhino, elephants, lions, cheetah,
Mm-hmm.
and every now and again you got a couple of buck,
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, roaming around. A few
Awesome.
years ago, a hippo, I don't know where the hell he came from, he was running across the road and he crashed himself into an ambulance.
Oh no.
Yeah, and then an ambulance had to come and rescue the ambulance from the hippo.
Yeah. I heard that hippos are a lot faster than they look, and they're aggressive as hell.
Yes, more so in the water than out, but I wouldn't want to like encounter a hippo.
No, no, not from
And
the stories I've heard.
yeah, the place that's if you wanted to come to South Africa and see the animals and get, like have still Wi-Fi and things like that, there's a
Mm-hmm.
place called Dino King, and
Okay.
it's like really a 5-star safari experience, where they take you
Yeah.
out on the game drive and everything.
And there's a
You
couple of
can,
nights of camping too, right?
yeah, you can camp, you can live in a luxury, you can have a luxury chalet, yeah, you can have self-catering, or you can bring your caravan and park it.
Hmm.
But you're not allowed to interfere with the animals. You can
Ah.
even buy a piece of property. You can buy a little piece of land inside there, but you're not allowed to like interfere with the elephants, grazing paths and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you can live amongst the
Wow.
animals, but you're not allowed to interfere with them. Yes.
Hmm. That sounds very interesting. Hmm.
Yes.
Carl Edwards mentioned something I think I should ask. He says, Sable Eagle, you forgot about Bloemfontein, the a-hole of South Africa.
Hey,
Would you care to
Bloemfontein.
would you care to
Yes.
clarify?
I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it's like the a-hole of the country. I know why he's saying that. I don't know if I should talk about it, but I know why he's saying that.
Okay.
Um, yeah, there's a lot of fraud and corruption around that province. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but it's actually flower fountain. So translated into English, bloom, it's blooming,
Mm-hmm.
flowers blooming,
Yeah.
and fontaine is a fountain.
Mm.
So it's a flower fountain. Um, Bloemfontein is actually very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
About 30 of about 40 kilometers of the N1 highway runs right past it.
Mm.
And there's about 5 or 6 exits into, from the highway into that city. That's how
Mm-hmm.
big that city is.
Wow. There was another one here that. Oh, Carl Edwards. He mentions the Pilanesberg Nature Reserve is near Sun City. Gambling and animals.
Yes, Pilanesberg. It's Pilanesberg.
Pilansberg. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
Beautiful. Oh my goodness. It is just, it's in the mountains also, and it's just stunning.
Mm.
South Africa's landscape is just awesome. Like everywhere you look, the landscape is beautiful.
Yeah, it's a lot of savanna though, isn't it?
No, we are mountainous.
Okay.
We are like it's geography, where
Okay.
it starts off at the ocean and then it increases in elevation.
Hmm.
I am at 1,300 meters above sea level. But if you go past and you go up to like the northwest and Mpumalanga
Hmm.
um, and the northern province, the elevation increases drastically.
Oh,
I
really?
think, yes, more than 1,800 meters above sea level.
Hmm.
I can't
Wow.
give you the exact numbers right now, but I know that it's very high. And
Hmm.
crazily enough, Johannesburg, elevation wise, from above sea level, is higher than Pretoria.
Hmm.
And Pretoria is literally built in the mountains.
Hmm.
In If you ever do come to South Africa, contact us. We'll take you on a tour, and you can actually see where, like when they wanted to build the roads, how they had to find the easiest way over the humps of these mountains.
Hmm. I have something for you from Tusk. Can you ask Sugar to settle an argument? Who does the best bunny chow, Cape Town or Durban?
Oh, definitely Durban. You got to be out of your brackets.
Okay, then let me ask you a possibly dumb question. What the hell is bunny chow?
Oh, okay. A bunny chow, you take a half a loaf of unsliced bread and you
Mhm.
cut out the middle, you dig out the middle, you make a well in the bread with the crust intact. And then you just hoy in any curry, gravy,
Ah,
whatever you want, sausages, chips, sauce, and then you dig in.
oh, it's kind of like a really good sourdough soup in a sourdough bread bowl.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, yes.
oh,
Because
that
the
sounds good.
story behind that, there's an actual story behind that.
Hmm.
The people who were working in the fields didn't have proper lunch boxes, so they figured out a way to take their lunch that way, and
Ah,
then it became, like a cafe thing, where you'd quickly pop into the cafe and buy yourself a quarter bunny on your way to the beach or whatever. That's what I did.
okay. Now I get it. Now I get it. So what's the best bunny you ever had?
That will definitely be a mutton curry bunny, but
Ooh.
any curry actually. It's made for things with gravy, you know,
Hmm.
so you can mop it
Yes.
up with that bread. Yes.
Yeah. Oh man, that sounds good.
Sorry,
You make
making
me
my mouth
hungry.
water.
Carl Edwards says to Tusk, Durban is an amazing mix of cultures. Truly amazing. Hmm.
Yes. When I grew up in the Group Areas Act, so we weren't allowed in the city of Durban until about 1987, somewhere around there. Then
Hmm.
we were allowed to go into town. But yeah, it's awesome. The vibe, the beach, beaches, the restaurants, the clubs along the beaches,
Hmm.
the hangouts. I don't know now. Look, I was there like more than 20 years ago, so I don't know how things have changed now. We used to have the Forever Summer Festival in winter because the weather there is so temperate that in winter you barely need more than a long sleeve t-shirt.
Okay. So it's
Very
really
nice.
quite warm.
Yes, I suggest that if you live in a cold climate, do not come here in December. Come here in June. June, July, August at the latest, if you live in a very cold climate. Because the
Hmm.
heat here the summer heat is scorching.
Hmm. Somebody sent me a picture of a. Ah, okay. I got it. Thank you, Carl. He sent me a picture of a bunny. That looks
Ah,
freaking awesome. Oh, I could dig into that for sure. Oh, that looks so good. Yummers. Mm. Okay, I'm hungry now. Sorry,
yeah,
sugar.
but isn't it like, shouldn't you try a late night snack? It's on the cusp of supper time just now.
Ooh, for me, I'm on the cusp of having a beer and going to bed.
Ah, is it that time already?
No, not
I
yet.
don't
We're
drink
just
beer.
past
I
10
don't
o'clock. We still
understand.
got enough.
Explain what is the drawing power of a beer.
To be honest, I couldn't tell you because I don't really like beer. I'll be honest with you. Uh,
I
I'm
don't
not a
like
big fan
beer
of,
at all, like at all.
no. I used to drink a lot of beer when I was a young man in the military, but I don't even know why I did it.
Yeah, no, it tastes terrible. I'm sorry for anybody who's listening who drinks beer, but
Mhm.
it's terrible. Wouldn't you rather like drink, I know it's expensive, but like a peach schnapps or, coffee liqueur or a
Yeah,
strawberry lips or for Carl,
yeah,
ask Carl. Carl doesn't drink, but does he know milk tart?
yeah. Well, I think I did it more just to fit in with the boys when we were on leave. Uh, you know, other than that, and I also was a big big into darts. I still love playing darts, so I'll have a pint with the boys just to kind of include myself in the fun kind of thing. But I don't particularly enjoy beer. I'll be honest. I really.
Also, I do find I've worked in quite a few pubs, and if you don't drink, quote unquote, with the boys, they can easily just leave you out.
Mhm. Very much so. It's quite
I
obvious,
played
actually.
pool.
Yeah.
I
Carl,
played pool to be in.
yeah. Carl says beer is soothing. Okay.
For what? Like soothing what? Like a sore throat or something?
Yeah.
Ginger beer. He's talking about ginger beer.
Sable Eagle's got it right on the head. I think they actively encourage you to drink beer when you're in the military. I could not agree more. Oh, yeah. You can definitely feel the peer pressure.
I've never
Uh,
been in the military, so I don't know.
well,
I
the
have
military
been
is not
drunk
for everyone.
though.
Yeah. I did it because I felt it was important that I make a contribution. So I did 3 years of service. And
Oh,
also just to keep up a kind of a tradition in my family. I'm the only one of the boys who actually did military service, like my dad did during World War II. So
oh, interesting.
yeah, I wanted to keep that bit of the military tradition in the family. Uh, Tusk says beer isn't a very nice drink, but it's the ritual that's important. Once you have a beer, you can't work. So it's the moment that the workday is over. Well,
Oh.
that kind of makes a little bit of sense to us, to be honest. That kind of makes a bit of sense.
Yeah, but does it have to be beer is my question. There are other types of alcoholic
Yes.
beverages like
I
ciders
suppose.
and now they flavored the ciders also, they no yeah, like brutal fruit we've got here.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's booze with fruits, like a fruity taste.
Mm-hmm. Carl says Amarula cream can't be beat. I'm
Tell
not
him
sure.
he doesn't even drink.
That's funny. Really?
Yes, he doesn't drink. As far as I know, he doesn't drink. Like I'll take
Oh, man.
Amarula with ice cubes, and sip on. I don't like to sip actually. I drink my booze through a straw. Um,
Zebulon 181 is in the house. Welcome, sir. Good to see you again. He's becoming a regular in this thing. Always nice to
yeah.
see you, sir. He says, thank you for your service. Uh, thank you for recognizing that. I appreciate it. And it was done with pride and honor. Let's see. Sable Eagle says, maybe you and Southern Hemisphere Globehead should both come up to Masham and try all the ales. Maybe you'll find one you do like.
Yes, ale is not a beer. It's a whole different kettle of fish, as far as I can understand.
Mm.
People get there's like arguments over it. I used to go play pool at the Yard of Ale there
Oh,
in
okay.
where I used to live. Yeah. It was
You're,
called the Yard of Ale. And I always wondered, what is this ale? And I went to read up on it. And it is different to beer. And it's different to lager. Did you know that beer and lager are not the same either?
no, they're not. Neither is port.
Port, like brandy port,
Well,
bourbon.
there's it's I don't know if it's called port or something else, but there's a beer that is
Oh,
very sweet and kind of thick. I'm not sure if it's called port or not, but
I also know there's a new genre of beers. They do like craft beers, where
mm,
they flavor it with this and that and,
yeah,
you know, tinker with the recipe and
yeah,
pawn
craft
it
beers
off
are
as
all the
more
rage.
expensive. Yes.
They're
Well,
all
I'm
the
a
rage.
whiskey person. I'm partial to whiskey.
Whiskey, I'm well, I do like whiskey. If I'm gonna have a whiskey, it's got to be Glenfiddich. That's about the only whiskey I really like.
I like it. I have tasted it, but what do you call it? Brand is Johnny Walker,
Hmm.
unfortunately. Yeah.
Johnny Walker's very popular
Red or
in
black?
Vietnam. Very
Yeah, red
popular
or black. I won't even look at the blue.
in Vietnam. Yeah,
Red or black.
yeah. I think here
Mm.
in Vietnam, the most popular one is red, but you see it everywhere.
I think here also.
Hmm.
But for Christmas, because my hubby knows I'm like a little bit partial to Johnny Walker, he bought the black one.
Hmm.
And I was on my ear. It was lovely. And I usually get drunk twice a year,
Yeah,
not
I'm
like
about the
drunk,
same.
drunk.
Not,
Yeah.
yeah,
On
not
my
really.
birthday and New Year's.
Yeah, yeah, I'm about the same. I'm about the same. Stevie B, welcome. Good to see you, sir. I missed when you popped in, but I'm glad you're here. Uh, I will say one thing, though. I have to admit that uh, occasionally I don't mind a glass of Guinness.
That's malt beer. Malt.
Mhm.
What is it called?
Um, yeah,
Milk stout.
yeah, like a stout almost.
Yes, like a stout.
Dark
Yes,
beer.
yes.
Dark beer.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh,
occasionally I do like a glass of it, but not too often. And one is enough.
oh, like once a year or once every 10 years?
Yeah, well, I usually tend to have one a year, maybe two, but that's it. Taddy Bogle says, Buna Habain for the win. That must be
What?
a true Scottish whiskey that can't be bought anywhere but in Scotland. Interesting.
Yeah, but aren't all whiskey, well, not all whiskeys, but those whiskeys are from that
Mm,
distillery.
mhm,
Can't the name escapes me right now, but
mhm.
yeah, all of that comes from there. I do
Yeah.
know that um, they are bottling. What was that? I think it's called Knights. One of the whiskeys, they send it in the barrels and then they bottle it here in South Africa.
Ah,
So
okay.
it says produced wherever,
Yeah.
wherever it was produced, and then
Mhm.
bottled in South Africa.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah. I only know all of these things because my hubby has to check the stock in the bottle store, in the liquor store, part of
I,
the
s-
supermarket.
Tusk is correcting my pronunciation. It's pronounced Bunahaven. Thank you, Tusk. I appreciate the correction. Bunahaven.
I would like to experience Oktoberfest though.
That would be fun, just for the party. I'd go for
Yeah.
the sausage more than anything. The bratwurst.
Yeah.
I don't
Germans
really
make
care
good
about the beer.
sausages. I'm sorry.
Give me that German sausage. Absolutely.
Yes. There was a delicatessen next to where I worked like many years ago. And
Hmm.
on my lunch break, I would go and get a sandwich for like $10. And all the meats were nice. You just didn't know which one to choose that day.
Yeah.
That was, the
Yeah.
problem.
There's just so much good meat in Germany. I can't help it. I'd eat myself to death if I ever found myself there.
Luckily, I have a little bit of self-control. I hate it. I don't just overeat myself on things I like.
Yeah.
It,
But it's so hard to stop yourself, you know, when you've got something that good. I
I don't
can't
know.
help.
I don't know what that feels like.
Oh,
I just know I can
I'll,
eat
I'll tell you,
until a certain point.
it can be tough. There are some streets here in Vietnam. You walk down all the different uh, vendors along the street. Some of the smells, it's like you have to stop and check it out.
Yes, and
Mm.
that's rude. Like, even there are some places like you go to the shopping centers,
Yeah.
and what they would do, we have a braai. That's what we call cooking meat on the fire, or like a barbecue.
Hmm.
So we call it a braai. So what they would do is take a piece of beef fat and throw it into the fire.
Oh,
And yes, and that smell just emanates for
yeah.
miles.
Yeah, they do that here. You see, you can get really cheap, like street food. It's called gum tam. It's basically broken rice with some pickled vegetables and a barbecued or grilled piece of meat. And it's usually a pork chop. And they'll set up their barbecue and grill all the pork chops right there on the sidewalk, right along the side of the street.
Mm.
And they put a fan there to blow that smoke so there's like a blue cloud that you're driving through. And the smell, oh my God.
Yeah, I can imagine
Yeah, you
when I
come out
go
the other
to
side,
visit the kids.
come out the other
Yes, when I
side,
go
and
to
your eyes
visit, no,
burning.
when I avoid it, hey, because I can tempt myself into we call it a vors roll. So it's a
Mm,
big long piece of sausage that has been fried over the fire and then, with the sauces and everything. I can do one of those, but then I have to go and buy my kids KFC. So I have to avoid that whole spiel and go the other way around so I don't
mm.
tempt myself. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling you though, for if anybody's traveling and they really make go out of their way to try all the different food, man, you could eat yourself to death here in Vietnam. Swear to
Okay, but
God.
is it real food? Is it pork, beef, chicken,
Pork, beef,
and
chicken, seafood like you've never seen before. I mean, how much would you pay for a 1 pound lobster tail?
I don't know. Ask Carl in the chat to tell us because I don't
Most
know.
most places you'd probably be spending 20 to 30 US dollars.
Oh,
Here,
wow.
here I could probably pick one up for under $5, fresh out of the sea.
Wow.
You know,
Okay.
seafood here is so abundant. Every street market you'll see buckets and buckets of fresh shrimp just caught that morning. You know, fish still
Yeah.
flopping around in the water. That's how fresh the seafood is here, and
Wow.
there's so much of it. Like when it comes to a culinary experience, especially if you like trying new things, I'm telling you, man, Vietnam has got so much good stuff for you to try. So and my lady, and she can cook up a storm.
And now we are all hungry, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm sure Tusk is drooling. He's just waiting for his video to come out tomorrow. But I think you're gonna love it. Absolutely,
I'll check it out. Yeah,
absolutely.
no.
I mean, it's my very first attempt at doing a cooking video, and
Nice.
it was tough to put it together so it makes some kind of sense. You know,
And
um,
also, cooking is not as neat as they make it look in the, like I watched this cooking show. Carl should know it. It's Hera Etifale,
mm,
Flavors Out of the Valley. And that guy, his kitchen is so bloody neat. Everything is chopped up in little bowls and, just
yeah,
laid out. And
yeah. Well, that's
when
what I
I
tried to
cook,
do on this one.
I oh, when I cook, it looks like a nuclear bomb went off in my kitchen, and then yeah, you know,
Yeah, it's like a hurricane just blew through.
yes, and it's terrible. And I'm thinking, okay, how do you do that?
Yeah, I know. Well, no. Uh, my lady, she had it all organized in little bowls and everything, so we could film all the different ingredients. It was great. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm telling you, when I sat down after making that video and I ate that thing, oh, heaven in a bowl. I'm telling you, so good. Oh, anyways,
I hope it's something that.
Carl says at Steaming Cup of Reason, this has been another great show. You and Southern Hemisphere Globehead doing a great job. Well, thank you, Carl. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Nice of you to
Oh,
say.
basically just
We
chatting
were
on.
shooting the crap, really. Just throwing stuff at the wall, see what sticks, as usual.
So far, Raichi and the beer stuck.
Yeah, Rachie and the beer stuck, and also South Africa. That we had a good
Yes, yes,
conversation
yes,
about South Africa. Actually, that
yes,
was a
yes.
really good conversation. I didn't realize how little I really knew about your country, and I love to learn about stuff like that.
And if ever one day you decide to visit, look us up
Oh,
and let us know
most
you're here so we can.
most
I have
definitely.
last year we bought a car and, we were finally um, stable enough to get ourselves a car. It's not running yet. We still need tires and things. But we have it and it should be up and
Awesome.
running within the next 2 months or so.
Awesome.
But it's a nice car, so we'll
Nice.
drive you around.
Ooh, get out and about. Ooh, paint the
Yeah.
town
And
red.
I've
Sugar the
been
party girl.
all over this country. I have traveled all over this country. I've seen my whole entire country. So
Awesome.
I
Awesome.
can show you around.
If I ever do make it out there, you'll be the first person I call. And then I'm going to call Carl and climb all over his
Yeah,
back.
we'll fetch him. I should have a caravan by then. I
Oh,
want a
cool.
caravan,
Cool.
yes,
That
to
might
hook
be a
up to
fun
mine.
thing. That might be a fun thing to do sometime, Get a few of us from the community together in one place and just have some fun. Everybody else is doing it, and I feeling I'm stuck here. Nobody around, you know. So Eddie says,
Yeah.
"Food."
Food.
It's
Well,
coming,
I'm
baby.
making pork tonight.
Oh,
I'm frying up pork, and I've got a few lamb riblets that I'm just
mm,
gonna fry up and throw at my family. Here you go.
wow, that sounds
Stuff your faces.
delish. How do you
Yeah,
cook
what I
pork?
did was usually I just spice it up and I throw it in the oven,
Hmm.
because I want the crackling. But today I didn't do that because I was going to be here talking to you. So
Yeah,
I just fried up some onions. I threw in the
cool,
spices. I threw in a dash of Worcestershire sauce. And
cool.
then I threw in the meat and I just let that simmer for about 45 minutes.
Ooh.
It's just
Oh,
now just fried up with a little bit of sauce at the bottom.
cool.
And yeah.
That sounds good. Oh, and by the way, Blue Marble Science is in the house. Morning, folks.
Oh my
Hiya,
goodness.
Blue. Great to see you here.
Wow.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I feel extra honored now.
Yeah, no kidding, eh? His stuff is so good. Man, Blue, I've been enjoying your videos lately. I just get such a hoot out of them. They are so good.
No, the Cavendish was the greatest thing.
Oh, I
Taking
know.
that thing apart and then setting it up in that university was
Oh,
like
I know. That is such an
shoes
honor.
next to my bed stuff.
Yeah. And I asked about it on the last time he had a live stream. Yeah. I think in a couple of months they're planning on running another Cavendish experiment at that university using his gear, using his setup. So that's going to be awesome. I hope you get some good footage of that, Blue. I'd love to see that video. Absolutely. So, what time have we got? 10:30. You know what? I think it's time that I put up a puzzle. And anybody who can get that puzzle can be my guest next week if you feel like you want to be on. You don't have to, but I sure would love to if you did. So I'm going to put up the puzzle, and we'll just keep an eye on the chat and see who figures it out. So if you're ready, folks, here we go. It's puzzle time. Dun, dun,
Well,
dun,
I can't see a damn thing, so
dun. Well, you're already on the show, so you don't really need to play.
yeah. I
So.
am a little bit obsessed with I've got this it's like Scrabble. It's not Scrabble, but it works exactly like Scrabble.
Mm-hmm.
And I am at a 93% win rate. So I'm very happy.
Mm-hmm. That's
Because
cool, man.
you got to
I like playing wuzzles, and that's what this is, the puzzle that's on the screen now. It's like an image and sometimes words or letters, and they represent a common phrase or
oh
wuzzles, word
yes,
word puzzle.
yes, 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 yes. I'm kind of obsessed with Demolition Derby right now. I've managed to get it on my phone.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so I'm
Eddie.
sort of like a kid when it comes to games. I don't care for like Call of Duty, and I can play Need for Speed, I can play Age of Empires, and then I can play Split Second.
Oh wow.
And those are the extents of what I will play.
I don't really play games except for one that I have on my phone, and that's Wuzzles. That's about the only one. Eddie says puts glasses on. She's trying. She's trying. She wants to come back on. I can tell. Clive Wells says equilibrium. No, you're wrong. No. Well, hello, Anthony Vasquez. Thank you for stopping by to say hello. It's good to see you. I was on Limey Play's stream a couple of days ago, and Anthony was there. We had a kind of a pretty good little discussion about some auditors or frauditors, as we say. It was fun. I enjoyed that, Anthony. Maybe we can do that again sometime. Thanks for coming by. Let's see what else. Tusk says the answer, the entire crew and support staff of the HMS Ark Royal. Wrong.
I don't think it's that long a title.
No, I don't think so. This one's not that hard. Peter Noddle says, my screen is too small to see. And that's great, Anthony. Maybe we'll set something up and see when we can do it. My time is limited because of my day job as a teacher, but yeah, let's stay in touch. We'll set something up. That'll be fun. I know the answer. Well, go ahead, Crafty. What is it? I'd love to have you on here. Boy, would I love that. Oh, Tusk beat you to it. Sorry. You got her, Tusk. It's writer's block. Good job, buddy.
Ooh.
Hey, you want to be on the show next week? I'd love to have you, mate. I'd love to have you. Come on down. Excellent. We got a winner, folks. Tusk is the winner. Woo-hoo. I'm going to leave that
Woohoo!
up so everybody can see. Yep. Yeah, that's right, Crafty. I'm sorry, dear. But hey, if you want to come on and join them, you're welcome to. You know that. Always got room for you, dear. Always got room for you. So, Tusk, you leave my cousin Jillian's dating history out of this. I think I missed something there, Sable Eagle. Erp. Teddy Bogle. Winner, chicken dinner. Oh, man, you guys. Yes, girl, I agree. Tusk is one of the best guests. Always such a hoot to have him on. I love it.
It's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So anyways, there was one thing that we kind of chatted about beforehand. You are working on a pretty big project right now, aren't you? Why don't you tell us about that? What you doing? What you up to?
I am gathering all the information from November 2018 up to now, and I will keep gathering the information. And eventually, I would like to build a model of my observations.
Awesome.
So yeah, and it's going to be quite a couple of. I've got some stats for Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, the Moon. Sunsets. Yeah, it's a hell of a task, but I can't stop now.
No, of course not.
I gotta. Yeah, now it's more. It has left the flat Earth realm. Like in my videos, I do address the flat earthers, and their arguments, but it's beyond them now. It's more about the actual observations themselves.
Awesome. How long do you think it'll be before you're done?
I would say for as long as I live here, because, the observations have to be consistent. So I will do that for as long. I'm hoping for at least another 2 years. 5 years of observations can give us a little bit of a pattern. I'm hoping, if more than that, I'm hoping at least 10 years. Otherwise, wherever I move to, I will have to start, afresh. So, because you need a long period of time to show the actual motion of the Earth around the sun.
That takes time. It's not something you can just pull together. Looks like you're putting a lot of work into it, though. I'm looking forward.
Yeah, I'm out there every night. I'm out there every night filming the sunsets, whether it's cloudy or not. I love capturing lightning here in the mountains because I get the lightning so close to the horizon. It almost looks like the lightning is on the, very far away, basically.
Yeah.
So
wow.
it's, love it.
Cool.
I don't put out. December is a rough month for me because my kids are here.
Mm.
Um, so I take care of them in addition to filming. So I don't put out many videos, but I did put out my winter versus summer solstice video. I did put it out to actually show where the sun was at those two
Mhm.
different times.
Yeah.
I'm working on the video now with a comparison with summer solstice for the 21st of January to show
Awesome.
where the sun was, and a month later where the sun is now.
Awesome. I'll look forward to that. That sounds like it'd be a great video. Woohoo.
Yeah, when they said do your own research, I don't think this is what they meant.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know.
that's why I put that on the thumbnail. She does her own research, and the flirts hate it.
Yeah, I don't know what they meant because it does not involve taking one photo like what is that? The black swan, right?
Hmm.
That is like the worst example of photography and refraction.
Hmm.
It's just the worst example of anything, maybe a broken camera even. And they
Hmm.
want to tell us that that is evidence for a flat earth. I can't.
No. It's so easy to tear apart, and yet they just hang on to it like the Holy Grail.
And one thing I did want to mention, that volcano that erupted near Tonga?
Mm. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about that the last few days.
Yeah, the satellite Himawari 8 caught it, right?
Hmm.
Himawari is a literal satellite in space watching that part, of
Yeah,
the Earth.
yeah.
And this is not the first time that it has, caught something that was happening on the Earth that other people wouldn't have known. Like
Hmm.
not, we wouldn't have known unless we saw the devastation of it. You
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
uh, and satellites exist.
They do.
You can't say that satellites don't exist and space
Yeah,
is fake.
especially when it's been proven that they can save lives.
Yes. All this technology, and this is a new argument that I've been hearing. Oh, you don't know what NASA's been hiding from you.
Hmm.
They only give you a little bit of the technology and they don't give you all of it. Of course. I mean, I'm not building rockets and trying to send it into space. I
Hmm.
don't need that technology. But Elon Musk did open source his electric cars thing.
Hmm.
If you got the plans and you wanted to go build that car, you can go build it.
Yeah,
You don't have to pay for the licensing or anything.
yeah. That's
So
awesome.
it's not like they are hiding the technology from us.
Hell no.
It's just that I don't need part of my phone shooting lasers out of it.
Ooh, Mario. It's a me, Mario Rui. Yeah.
Ah,
Haven't seen you in a while.
hello.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Haven't seen him in a while. He says, sometimes okay. Sometimes I show up, but I don't type. Aw, I wish you'd type more often there, Mario. It's always good to see you in there. We love having you, buddy. Let's see. Cell phones with lasers.
Yeah, there's something wrong with that laser.
Yeah,
That guy, Red Vlad, I think it is.
Rad
Something's
Vlad.
wrong with that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, something's wrong with that laser.
yeah. Something's wrong with that laser. I think I know what that. I think I saw that video.
Yeah. Oh, I have to mention this. I was watching a debate on Modern Day Debate, and Nathan Thompson and Joshua Michael, JM Truth was there, right? And they were debating some other two guys. I don't know who they are. Destiny and somebody, I don't know. And JM Truth says, about Nathan Thompson. He says, well, he was almost a neurosurgeon.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
I missed that. I got to go back and look for that. That's funny.
Yeah, it was about a week and a half ago.
Oh, man.
So Nathan Thompson, because he was almost a neurosurgeon, he understands that the science around flat Earth.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man. They're getting worse. They're getting worse.
I think JM Truth threw Nathan Thompson under the bus, is what I think.
Yeah.
It was a jab.
That's like saying JM Truth knows everything about filmmaking because he was almost as good as Spielberg. Yeah. Right. I'm surprised he knows how to turn the camera on.
Yeah. And everything is fake or conspiracy or, made up by the they. And then you ask, who's the they you're talking about this time?
Yeah.
The government they?
Yeah. Or is it the plant manager at Cargill Meat Packers where you got your lab coat from?
Oh God. And also, I mean, like some governments don't even get on with each other, but they're hiding, together they are hiding the shape of the earth from all of us.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you just stop and think about the number of governments in the world that would give anything to be able to call out something like that on NASA.
Yeah. And I mean, the Russians, that rivalry is so old. The Russians would find any reason to, punch one in the eye for Americans, but they don't. They're not coming out and saying, hey, guys, yes, it's all true. NASA's lying to you about the shape of the Earth.
There you
go. No.
Crafty says JM is outstanding in his field. Yes, man, he is. Absolutely he is. You got that for sure. Clive Wells says they call him JM Spielberg, special effects expert. To be fair, JM did win the Oscar for special effects this year. Oh, no, wait. I was confusing him with someone who knows what he's talking about. Oh, man. That guy.
And these guys, they present their arguments with confidence.
Do. They're convinced they are absolutely right and unimpeachable.
Yeah, dripping with the stuff. Yeah. And then when I go read up on it, it doesn't sound or look like anything like what they were saying.
Yeah, they are classic Dunning-Kruger. They are so far beyond the top of Mount Stupid, they're practically on Pluto.
And also they like to say, science says, as if science can talk.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's unbelievable.
Well, I've been catching up on some other groups of people who are sort of on the same level as flat earthers. They have to deny the science in order to keep their beliefs, burning.
Yeah.
Without it, they will be nothing. I mean, what would Nathan Thompson have if he didn't have the flat earth thing? It looks like he would,
He'd have nothing. He'd have trouble getting a job flipping burgers.
No, these people have computers and cars and things. And they, what I learned from listening to religious debates is some people will pay somebody to lie to them about the thing they believe. You see, so, and that for me, that's a very sad thing. I'd rather live a mundane life, just the norm, boring and stuff, instead of just living a lie.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And that's really all they're doing is just living a lie, and they've convinced themselves that it's the truth.
Which, you know, in the long run, it's unfair to themselves because we, as far as we know, right, we only get one life. So we should, you know, whatever it is, it must be the best for us in this life. We
Yeah.
must enjoy our journey, you know?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
so spending your time lying to yourself, now you spend 20 years telling yourself the same lie, then one day you wake up and you think, what the hell was that? But then
Yeah,
20 years has gone by and you can't get it back.
that's right. That's right. And that's why I stopped with flat Earth because it doesn't matter what you tell them. They simply will not accept anything you have to say, and they'll just stick to their stupid beliefs.
Yeah. I don't
Doesn't.
like to call them names though, because I don't know what reason they are doing it for.
Mm, I, I
You know,
I am I cannot for the life of me understand how Fight the Flat Earth can do it cause every day. Like I don't know. I don't know how he does it.
he's doing pretty well.
Oh, he's doing
He,
really well, but
yes, it's, we've got the arguments on our side. We've got the evidence on our side.
yeah,
You see, that's the issue. The
yeah,
flat earthers, all they have is their own word. There's
yeah.
no consensus even amongst the flat earthers themselves,
That's right.
you
But
know?
my
So,
my my point is that it's always the same argument again and
mm,
again and again and again. I mean, how
but he
often?
is gathering some more evidence. He is, as the fluffs ask him, you know, like these out of the ordinary questions, then for the next time, he is gathering more and more arsenal in his, more and more weapons in his arsenal. And I like watching him because he shows the actual experiments that everyday normal people can do for themselves.
Yeah.
Whether you're a flatter or a glober or whatever. Oh, just saying that my computer does not like writing flat earthers. Okay. It wants to write fat earthers.
Unbelievable.
Even my little Samsung phone is trying to reject flat earth.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand what you mean, Zebulon. For FTFE, it's a job. That's all. But I'm sorry, it's a job I couldn't do. I think after a week of repeating myself that
No,
often, I'd be done.
no, he makes a lot of money.
Yeah.
If
Oh, yeah.
I
I
could
know.
even make, no, if I could make as half as he makes, right? I even
Hmm.
put my PayPal link in my video, hoping that somebody would help me out. And I
Yeah.
have had some help, you know, but
Yeah.
I see these channels that say, oh, without you joining or, you know, being a patron, I wouldn't be able to do this. I do
Hmm.
it regardless of whether I'm going to get paid or not. And I'm
Yeah.
using my own time. But
Yeah.
I, you know, I do have my hubby. He takes
Mhm.
very good care of me. So I am able to do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
By rights, I should be out working. You
Well,
know, I should be. But I
it's
was
pretty.
very sick for a very long time. So I couldn't get a job.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, yeah.
and
And
now I'm too old to even enter the job market. If I could start making money out of my channel, I'd be very happy. But I know
so,
that it's not possible. So
so
I just make the videos for, you know, this big project and for my own observations.
mhm. Yeah. I think we're all in the same boat. I mean, I've got maybe 5 years left before I retire. You know, I would love to make this my full-time job, you know, but it takes a long time to get there. Anyways,
I don't
I'm
know. For
supposed to
some
remind you
people,
of
they
something.
just, no, that's not necessarily true, man. For some people, they just launch their channel and they make it.
Yeah,
You know, like
true.
within a couple of months, I mean, there's that guy I came across. Damn it. I can't remember his name right now, but he's Reactaria. That's his punchline. You know, he reacts to
Yeah.
like flat earthers and other types of conspiracy and, you know,
Mhm.
pseudoscience stuff. And he just popped up on my feed one day and he had like, I don't know, 5,000 subscribers or something. And now I
Mhm.
think he's got like 60 or 70,000 subscribers. It's I don't know what it is. You know, I don't know. You never know what people want until you present it to them and then they, you know, will come to watch or not come to watch.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I
UK
think the
Pie.
people who watch Craig love dumpster fires. That
Yeah.
is, you know,
Well, that's true.
their thing.
That's why people go to his channel for the dumpster fire. But
Yeah, you
UK
want to
Pie,
hear the fluff say the dumb thing
yeah,
live.
UK Pie. I think you're new to the channel here. Welcome. Good to see you. He says when Flat Earth dies, so will FTFE's channel.
Yeah, that's true also because he only does flat earth. You
Hmm.
know, like I did see him in a debate once where he was arguing the merits of marijuana, medical marijuana, that is.
Hmm.
And that's about it, yes.
Yeah.
And I think that my channel, I've got 3 new subscribers, which I will announce in my next video. I am
Excellent.
standing at, yes, I have 181 subscribers.
Woohoo!
That is very good for me. You know,
Awesome.
I'm very happy about it. The fact that
Absolutely.
at least 20, 30 people watch my videos, I'm happy. It's
Excellent.
not all for naught, you know?
Excellent. That's right on. And
Yeah.
for anybody out there, if it's your first time here, why don't you go check out Southern Hemisphere Globehead's channel? Give her a sub, show her some love. She does some really good stuff. Matter of fact, why don't you go ahead and stick a link to your channel in the side chat so everybody can find you?
Um, I will do that.
Awesome. Awesome.
Um,
So, yeah. So UK Pie, I agree with you. I think that's absolutely what will happen. But a lot of the big name flat earthers are starting to really kind of dump the flat earth and they're getting in on this craze of frauditors and Karens. I mean,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
cool. It's fun content, I guess, but what a waste. I mean, it's just crap, you know. I'm sorry, but those people anger me so much. I have to really force myself to watch the videos because I want to support the creators that I've been sub for so long. You know, I don't want to abandon the channel, so I force myself to watch a lot of that stuff, but I really don't enjoy it as much.
Yeah, I don't really like watching people making fool of themselves, making fools of themselves.
Yeah,
You know they're gonna say something dumb,
yeah,
like, and then you cringe. It's like, no, no, please don't say that,
yeah.
please. You know, it's been debunked like 150 years ago or 500 years ago or whatever it was. Just don't say that.
It's
The
fun
other,
putting your little digs in the comments, you know, but after that, it's like,
yes.
hmm,
Oh, we'll see because MC Toon is going to host PJCnet. He also thinks the earth is flat. So I'd like to, he's always in the comments, the live chats of that other show and on MC Toon. And he's going to be there. I want to hear what he has to say. That
hmm,
will be fun to know.
cool.
Oh, I was very confused. Why?
UKPI's, sorry, UKPI says, I am new here. And by the way, it's UKPI, as in private investigator. Well, thanks for the correction and welcome to the channel, sir. Back to you.
Oh,
What
what
were
did
you
you say?
saying?
UK pie.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right. That's right. Sorry, I don't always get it right.
no, it's fine. Like you need to come to South Africa And when you're driving down the road, you will see a sign that says robot 300 meters. And if you're a foreigner, you're going to maybe try and look for an actual robot,
Yeah,
but it's the traffic lights.
there you go. It's funny, eh? Different
Yep.
phraseology around the world for common things. Anyways, we're just about out of time, so why don't you do a last bit of a shill out for yourself and your channel, and we'll say our goodbyes.
All right. I am now Sugar, Southern Hemisphere Globehead.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
can find me on YouTube. Make videos of sunsets, moonsets, moonrises, all sorts of things. You can check me out. Any questions? You can always come to my Discord and have discussions if you disagree with the observations. All links in the description.
Awesome, awesome. And by all means, everybody, get on over there. Give her a sub, show her some love. She puts out some really great content. And as for myself, uh, I will be premiering my first cooking video made specially for Tusk tomorrow after the Life on the Flip Side with Craft Tequila. So make sure you come on over and join us for that. It's always going to be a fun chat there. You know it. And then you can stick around and join me for my premiere. So with that, I just want to say thank you very much, everybody, for coming out. I really, truly do appreciate it every time you all come out here. I love seeing you guys on the weekends. Great fun, and I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much, everybody, and have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.